Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the playoffs, the 2023 NMAA first round of the 4A playoffs between the Lovington Wildcats and the Valley Vikings. Today's broadcast is brought to you by Western States Insurance, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Norley Hospital District, IPS Incorporated, and Areola Chiropractic. Today's game is brought to you with rights purchased by Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports from the New Mexico Activities Association and agreed to by both the Lovington schools and the Valley School. So we are here at Roger Cordova Field at Valley High School on the campus of Valley High. A very nice field. It is all artificial turf here as we get ready for the start of this 3-14 matchup. Of course, the first round is a best of three, so one game today and two, if necessary, tomorrow. For the Lovington Wildcats, a big turnaround from a year ago where they just managed to win 3 games. They got the number 14 seed in the playoffs. They were kind of on the bubble most of the year, but getting the big sweep against Portales to end district really put them over the top, and then, of course, wins against Eunice, who was a district champion, and also Artesia, who was the district champion for our district, really helped push them over to the top. Head coach Robert Areola back in control this season, and the Cats back into the playoffs. On the other side of things, for the Valley Vikings, they are the number 3 seed in this 2023 Nucinda Credit Union NMAA playoff. They were 18-8 on the year, but 8-0 in district, a very impressive district record for Coach Chad Kuhn and his team. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineups. We will start with our visiting Lovington Wildcats. Batting first and playing second, it'll be Cesar Salinas. Batting second is the shortstop, Luis Garcia. Batting third and pitching here in game one will be Micah Pondo. Batting in the cleanup spot and playing in right will be Jonathan Aceves. Batting in the 5 slot, catching Jaden Hernandez. Batting 6th, playing first will be Nick Pata. Batting in the 7th slot is the 3rd baseman Ryan Weiser. Batting 8th and DHing will be Ethan Gonzalez. Ethan will be hitting in place of Patrick Sanchez, who starts in left, and Cameron Ochoa bats 9th and will be playing in center field. Kind of a short bench today for Coach Areola. He's got Aiden Taylor, Danny McMullen, and Fidencio Lujan on the bench should he need them for today. Turning the page for the home team, Valley Vikings. For Valley, their leadoff hitter and pitcher here in the first game will be number 1, Chris Lance. Batting second is the shortstop, Jaden Martinez. Hitting third and playing second will be Jaden Cockerham. Batting fourth is the DH, Robbie Nunez, who'll be hitting in place of the catcher, Tommy Velarde. Batting fifth and playing center field, Alex Gilliam. Batting sixth and playing in left field will be Caden Jojola. Batting seventh, playing in right field, Ricky Henderson. No, not that Ricky Henderson, but something tells me he's probably got some speed. Batting 8th and playing first will be Camden Barth, and batting 9th and playing third will be Caden Barth. For the Wildcats here in game one, they are in the road blues, the blue tops with the white letters and numbers. Of course, the blue pants, and they're in the white lids. For the home team, Valley Vikings, they are in the home whites with the maroon letters and numbers, the gold trim, and the maroon hats on their heads. So getting ready for the start of this one as Coach Kuhn and Coach Areola meeting at home plate. And Max, I understand that we are going to have the netting in the way part of this game. There's just nothing we can do about it from here. We will it'll be moving in and out, and we'll just do the best we can throughout the game today. So as the two coaches continue to meet, of course, they're going over the ground rules from here at Cordova Field. Your dimensions down the left field line, it is 325, it is 365 to straightaway center, and a little bit of a short porch in left, just 305 out to left, 340 in the right center power alley, and 360 in the left center power alley. So a little bit smaller yard than a lot of them in our neck of the woods. That should be an exciting ball game. I think for Lovington, the key today is, hey, you already have improved and from where you were a year ago, and you will be, you're in the playoffs again. I think important today, and it'll be important tomorrow too, to get the bats clicking early. Get Lance, their pitcher, in pressure situations early if you can. Make sure you've got runners on the base paths and you're clogging things up. And making him think about it and making him work a little bit harder. Of course, the winner of today's game will move on to the quarterfinals, which will take place on Thursday at the new facility that they've just built to the west of here. We're in the west side of town, the West Central Valley, that they've built another new complex where they'll be having a lot of the state baseball tournament games out to the west. Of course, we'll have the Eunice game out there bright and early on Thursday morning at 7 o'clock. But today it is all about Eunice. Tomorrow, all about Eunice, too. Of course, day one of the playoffs for our Lee County squads going on over in Rio Rancho, about 18-20 miles from here. The number 16 Hobbs Eagles taking on the number 1 Rio Rancho Rams. That game also available HobbsAmerica.com and on the Hobbs Sports YouTube channel. And my normal partner in crime, Dawn Morgan, she is on the road. She's heading over the mountain to Alamogordo as the number 12 Hobbs Lady Eagles will open up the 5A girls playoffs against the Alamogordo Lady Tigers. That game scheduled to get underway from Lady Tiger Field at 6 o'clock this evening. The Lovington Lady Cats got the number 6 seed. They are in action tomorrow, and you'll be able to watch that game on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel. That game will start about an hour, about 11 tomorrow. We'll have game 2 of this one starting at 10 tomorrow here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and on HobbsAmerica.com. So the officials and the coaches have met as they're, I don't know if we're going to do the national anthem or not. I think the officials, they're all lined up behind home plate to think they will. Again, the net's going to be moving in and out a little bit. We'll keep it as good as we can. And I don't guess we will be doing the national anthem. I guess we are just going to get this one underway. Again, thanks for being with us around the world and wherever you are. And, well, strike that. We will be doing the national anthem, so we'll take a timeout. Come back with the first pitch. This is Wildcat and Viking Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington. Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Playoff Baseball from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo today as we get ready for Game 1 of this best-of-3 series in the opening round of the playoffs. Leading off for the Wildcats, it'll be Cesar Salinas. He's followed by Luis Garcia, then Micah Pondo. Batting fourth, Jonathan Aceves. Batting fifth is Jaden Hernandez. In the sixth slot, Nick Parra. Batting 7th, Ryan Weiser. Batting 8th is the DH, Ethan Gonzalez. And batting 9th will be Cameron Ochoa. For the Valley Vikings in the field, they've got Lance on the hill and Velarde behind the plate. You've got Barth, Cockerham, Martinez, and Barth around the infield from first to third. Jojola, Gilliam, and Henderson in the outfield from left to right. So Lance, a hard-throwing lefty. Lovington, though, has not had a lot of trouble with lefties. Haven't seen a whole lot of them this year. But again, when they've seen them, they have managed to hit them. I talked about it earlier. It's going to be very important to get the bats clicking early and put this pitcher Lance in pressure situations with traffic on the base paths. So here we go, getting ready to get underway in game number 1. Again, nothing I can do about the screens. We'll just deal with it as best we can as Salinas steps in, and the first pitch is going to be outside for ball number 1. So we are underway in the top of the first. 1-0 count. Cesar Salinas leading it off for the Wildcats. As the wind and the pitch, and that one will run inside, and that will be ball number 2. So with 2-ball, no strike count. Outfield playing fairly straight up, only about halfway back. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one is a good fastball. Cuts across and over the inside corner and makes it a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Corner infielders, well, Barth at third in just a little bit as the 2-1 on the way. And a good breaking ball there as Salinas out in front and over the top of it. And the count evens up at 2-2. Cesar on the year hitting .220. And the quick work from Lance swung on, and that one will be a little jam shot out into center field. That one is going to fall in, and it'll be a leadoff single. And the Cats are in business here in the first. So the single to center. Salinas sat back, took that off-speed pitch, and just took it right back up the middle. So 1 on, nobody out, and now Luis Garcia will step to the plate. Luis, of course, the shortstop, hits lefty, fields righty. So now he's got a man at first. The Cats are going to be, I'm thinking, fairly aggressive on the base paths. Not much of a lead for Cesar at first as Barth holds him on. From the stretch, Lance kicks and fires fastball away. And that'll be ball number 1. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Runner at first after the leadoff single is Salinas. Lance, the lefty, kicks and fires and showing bunt, a snap throw down to first, and Cesar back in safely. Don't know why Luis poked at that one up high, but it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-1 count, outfield about halfway back. In at third is Barth. The other Barth holding on Salinas over at first. As Lance will look in, gets his sign, kicks and fires fastball away. And it'll be a 2-ball, 1 strike count. So the 2-1 count to Garcia at the plate. Salinas with the leadoff single stands at first. Lance, the quick worker, deals, swung on, and that one will be a chop shot. And diving it deep in the hole, Cockerham can't get to it. And holding up at second is Garcia, and so it'll be back-to-back singles. Nothing Cockerham could really do about that. He did a nice job just getting a hand on it, but not much he could do with it, even if he would have gotten it. Even if he had gotten it, there was nothing he could do with it. So back-to-back singles for the Wildcats, and now it'll be Micah Pondo to the plate. So Pondo will step in. Micah, the leading hitter for the Wildcats, hitting .450 on the season. Salinas at second, Garcia at first. As Lance will kick and fire the fastball inside and having to do a little dance to get away from it. Pondo jumps over the top of ball number 1. Runners at first and second, nobody out. We talked about it briefly in the pregame show. Needed to put traffic on early, put pressure on Lance. So far, so good for the Wildcats. 2 on, nobody out. As the wind and the pitch, curveball, and whoa, that one was nasty as Micah dumping out of the way of that one, and it came back across the plate and evens the count at 1-1. So the 1-ball, 1 strike count, 2 on, nobody out. Lovington threatens top 1. Wind and the pitch, and that one's going to come inside, and that one's going to hit Micah, and so that'll load them up here in the first as the Wildcats with a golden opportunity here in the start of the ball game to get on the board early. And so now it'll bring the cleanup hitter, Jonathan Aceves, to the plate. Jonathan, 386 on the season. Now the bases are loaded for the hard-throwing lefty. The Cats trying to cash this one in. As a timeout going to be taken as Danny McMullen will check in to run for the pitcher, Pondo. Bondu got hit, and McMullen will check in to run for him, as he often does for the pitcher. Of course, don't forget, after Game 1 today, we will have Game 2 tomorrow at 10 a.m. Game 3 to follow immediately thereafter if needed. Aceves will step in as Lance with the high kick and the pitch, and that one will be up and in, ball number 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Bases are loaded. McMullen stands at first, running for Pondo. Garcia at second, Salinas at third. Lance has the sign from Velarde, kicks and fires, curveball, nice pitch on that one. And Jonathan swings over the top, and it evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So it's a 1-ball, 1 strike count. Bases full of Cats. They threaten here in the first. Aceves waits, and that one is going to be high for ball 2. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. Lance still going out of the stretch, even with the man on third. Everybody in at the corners. Coach Kuhn going to be conceding the run to get the out. Good breaking ball, but it is in the turf and gets in the legs of Velarde. But it'll be ball number 3 to Aceves. Jaden Hernandez waits on deck. Nobody out, bases are juiced. Is taking the look in is Lance. And he'll deliver the 3-1, and that one is going to be outside, ball 4, and that will walk a run in, and Lovington draws first blood. A 1-0 score now as Salinas will trot in. That'll move Garcia to third. McMullen running for Pondo to second, and Aceves stands at first. Coach Kuhn wants to come in and just have a quick word with his pitcher, who is struggling mightily here in the first. Jaden Hernandez waits on deck. While we have a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you to our friends at Areola Chiropractic, IPS Incorporated, Norley Hospital, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Western States Insurance. I'm TJ Miracle, live here at Valley High School. Opening round of best of 3 series in the 4A playoffs. The number 14 Lovington Wildcats taking on the number 3 Valley Vikings. Well, the ump going to come out and break up the meeting at the mound, but Lovington leading 1-0, bases still loaded, and nobody out, and Hernandez to the plate. Jaden 304 on the season. Lovington is a team, by the way, hitting her right at 320. So now Lance from the stretch. The high kick, a little bit of a delay, and that one is going to be in the turf. Nice job by Velarde keeping it in front of him as he walks it up the first baseline, and it'll be ball number 1. So Lance having a little trouble finding the zone right now, as the Cats with 2 singles, a hit batter, and a walk have put a run across. And the pitch, and that a great curveball, and evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. It's got that lefty break, which is going to break in on the righties. And the 1-1 pitch on the way, and another curveball. That one is in there, called strike 2. So the 1-ball, 2 strike count. Top of the first, Lovington leads 1-0. Bases juiced, nobody out. Field only playing about halfway back. And the pitch, curveball swung on, and Jaden gets a piece of that one and knocks it off of the screening in front of the Valley dugout. And the count will stay 1 ball, 2 strikes. Aceves at first, Pondo in the form of McMullen at second, Garcia at third. 1-2 pitch, and that one is going to be high. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pretty good crowd on hand today for a little Friday afternoon baseball here in the Valley. And the 2-2 pitch, and that curveball swung on, and that'll be Q shotted off the end of the bat. Cut off by Barth at first. He goes home to get the force out, and that will knock down Garcia 3-2 for out number 1. Jaden will be on via the fielder's choice. So 1 down, but the bases are still loaded, full of Wildcats. McMullen at third, Aceves at second, and now Hernandez, and he will have a courtesy runner. It's going to be Taylor who checks in at first. So 1 down. Smart play for Barth there. Hernandez just kind of got that off the end of the bat and rolled it in, and smartly Barth came home to Velarde to get the force at home. So now it'll be Nick Pata to the plate, the righty first baseman. And Nick will chase one up high, and that will be strike number 1. Got him to chase the high fastball. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1 run across for Lovington. Big kick, and Nick shows bunt and chases one, and they're going to get McMullen in a rundown. So Danny with good speed, but I'm not sure he's going to get away from this one. He'll go out and he will be tagged, and so Danny a little bit off the base paths, and so he is going to wind up being out 2-5 to 3-6 to 1 for out number 2, and that will wipe an out for the Wildcats. Acevas keeps it second. Hernandez still over at first, but it's a no ball, 2-strike count at the plate. So 2 on, 2 out, and the pitch, and that one swung on. That one's going to be popped up over on the right side and is heading to the park next door. And the count will stay no balls and 2 strikes. Whoops, there we go. If I can get the score bug to cooperate with me. Plate protection mode time for Pata. As Valley trying to get out of a jam in the first. And the pitch and the changeup swung on and missed. As Parra will go down swinging. Lovington loads the bases but can only put one across after a half inning of play. It is Lovington 1, Valley coming to bat. More Wildcat baseball in just a moment from New Allmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Norley Hospital District proudly announces they now offer extended hours in both Lovington and Hobbs medical clinics for all of your minor injuries, minor illnesses, and minor wounds. Norley is working diligently to better serve you. Call ahead for appointments for Lovington Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-396-6611, 396-6611. And for Hobbs Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-433-3000, 433-3000. Norley Hospital District, united in service, trusted for life.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Playoff Baseball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. In the top of the first, Lovington gets 1 run on 2 hits, no errors committed, and 2 runners left on base. The Cats threaten, load the bases up with nobody out, but can only get 1 across. So now it'll be up to Micah Pondo to see if he can slow down a high-scoring Valley team. Chris Lance, the pitcher, leads it off, followed by Jaden Martinez, then Jaden Cockerham. For your Cats, it's Pondo and Hernandez. They are the battery. Parra, Salinas, Garcia, Weiser. Infield first to third. Sanchez, Ochoa, Acevas. Outfield left to right. As Pondo will kick and fire the first fastball knee-high to Lance, and that will be a called strike 1. So a no-ball, 1-strike count. Pondo, the quick worker, deals the 0-1. Got him to chase a high fastball. And just like that, it's a no-ball, 2-strike count. Outfield playing about 2/3 of the way back. Infield pretty much their normal positions. As Pondo deals and swung on, and that one is going to be popped up and out of play on the right side. So Lance gets a piece of a pretty good pitch to stay alive. And again, I apologize about the netting. Nothing really I can do about it from the positioning we're set up in. And the 0-2 pitch, and that one going to be spiked, and so that'll run the count to 1-2. Micah with a good fastball, pretty good changeup. Has a curveball, doesn't use it just a whole lot. As the wind and the 1-2, and that one will be a fastball inside and low. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count. Lovington winning 1-0, leading 1-0, I should say. As Lance leads it off for the Vikings, and the 2-2 pitch swing. That one is in there, yes sir. Ring him up and sit him down. Fastball outside corner, and there is 1 down for Valley in their half of the first. So that'll be the shortstop, Jaden Martinez, to the plate. So Martinez will settle in. Of course, the field here at Valley High, very reminiscent of Sportsman's Park. Micah, the quick worker, ready to go on the first pitch, fastball inside, and that'll be ball one. All artificial turf, except for the mound. As Micah ready, and the pitch swung on and missed, or actually swung on, and that'll be dribbled. Charging over is Ryan, and he'll make a hard throw, but not going to be in time. That one just a soft little dribbler as Martinez with good speed beats it out. I'm not sure even with a perfect throw Ryan gets to that one in time, so I'm going to score it as an infield single. So one on, nobody out. I said I'm used to being a little bit higher and can kind of see what's going on, but not complaining. The good folks here at Valley have been very nice. So now Jaden Cogram, the second baseman, hitting .473 on the year. So he'll step in with a man at first, and he'll take the first pitch, and that one will be to deep center field. Going back, and that one is off the wall at the 365 mark. Having to dig it out from under the wall is Ochoa. That'll get a run around as the ball will come in. A play over at third as Rhino will get the tag on, and it'll be an RBI double for Cockerham, and then he is going to be out 8-6-5. For out number one, but he does get the RBI as that'll cash in Martinez. And there is 2 down now, but we are tied at 1 apiece. So 1-1 now here in the bottom of the first inning. And that'll be the DH, Robbie Nunez, to the plate. First pitch to the hard-hitting Nunez is going to be up and in for ball number one. Nunez hitting .614 on the season. He's just been tearing up pretty much everybody he's seen. Pondo will deal, and the fastball runs that one by him. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So 2 down, a run across for Valley. Bases are clear. And the pitch, and that fastball knee-high outside corner. That'll be called strike 2. The Valley faithful not liking it. The blue-clad loving it. So a 1-2 strike count. Pondo, the quick worker, and the 1-2 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side. It'll be in the infield. Is going over. Is Pata comes into the grass and will make the pop-up play for out number 3. But a run comes across for Valley after an inning. We are tied at 1 apiece. More Wildcat playoff baseball in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Dust blowing and the change of weather causes you to feel yucky. Sinus infections, congestion, or even just a routine cold. Chiropractic care can help you. Areola Chiropractic Center helps patients feel their best. See for yourself. Check out Areola Chiropractic Center's Facebook page. Areola Chiropractic Center, helping patients feel better, one spine at a time.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Welcome back to Wildcat Baseball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com. All tied at 1 as we go to the top of the second as Ryan Weiser will lead it off, and he'll take the first pitch from Lance on the outside corner, and it will be a called strike 1. For Valley, they get 1 run on 2 hits, no errors committed by Lovington, nobody left on. 1-1 as we go to the second, and the big curveball, and that one going to be out of the zone. Didn't break quite enough, and the count evens up at 1-1 strike. So 7-8-9, Weiser, Gonzalez, and Ochoa due up for the Wildcats. Lance will deal the 1-1 to Weiser, and the big curveball breaks in at the knees as Ryan will watch strike 2. So the 1-2 strike count. Absolutely gorgeous afternoon for baseball here in Albuquerque. And the 1-2 pitch swung on and missed. Great curveball and gets Ryan right over the top of it. That'll be the second K of the ball game for Lance on the hill. And that'll bring up Ethan Gonzalez. Ethan DHing. Hitting 730, actually 373. I wished it was 737. 373 on the season. So Ethan will step in, and he will face the lefty Lance, and Lance will deal the fastball in the turf for ball number 1. Again, a great crowd on hand today, both from Lovington and obviously Valley. And the 1-0 pitch, another breaking ball, and that one going to miss away for ball number 2. With 2-ball, no strike count. So the 2-0 count. This Valley team always pretty scrappy. And always have been. And the 2-0 pitch, check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. I think it would have been a strike anyway. And so now it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count to Gonzalez. Ochoa waits on deck. One of them can find a way on. We'll turn it over to Salinas. And 2-1. That one is up into the netting. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Again, we talked about it in the first. Get traffic on the base paths and put pressure on the pitcher just from the regular wind. He sets at the belt. And the pitch to Gonzalez, and that one will be inside, and that will run the count full to Ethan. So first full count that a Wildcat hitter has seen this afternoon. Of course, game 1 of this best-of-3 series, game 2, and if necessary, game 3 tomorrow. And the payoff pitch, breaking ball outside, and it'll be a 1-out walk for Gonzalez. Second walk of the ball game issued by Lance. And so that'll bring the number 9 hitter, Cameron Ochoa, to the plate. Cameron hitting .217 on the year, but kind of broke out and started finding his groove a little bit late in the season against Artesia and Portales. No chance to keep that going. 1 on, 1 out. Gonzalez at first, and the fastball. That one ran late. Good late movement on that one, and it'll be a called strike 1 to Ochoa. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Gammon at the plate. Ethan at first, being held on by Barth. And the pitch swung on and missed as chasing a high fastball. Sorry about that. I will try and keep the camera where it needs to be. And it's a no ball, 2 strike count. Just realized I was saying Ethan was leading off first and you couldn't see him. Barth will hold him on. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed as going down swinging is Ochoa. So now 2 down as the 3rd K of the ball game for Lance. And that'll turn things over to Cesar Salinas. Salinas with the single to center his last time up. The senior shortstop, first pitch, breaking ball inside corner. Pretty good pitch, yes sir, strike 1. So it'll be a no ball, 1 strike count. Lance from the stretch, Gonzalez not much of a lead, and the 0-1 pitch, check swing, did he go? Nope, he held, nope, they're going to appeal it down, and they're going to say Cesar held it up. And so it evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-1 count, all tied at 1, top of the 2nd. Lance checks the runner and comes to the plate, swung on, and that one will be a high fly ball to deep center field. Gilliam going back and will make the grab about 2/3 of the way back. So Salinas getting under it a little bit and flying out to center. So Lovington puts a man on, but can't move him around as we have played an inning and a half. We're all tied at 1 as Wildcat playoff baseball will continue from Valley High School in Albuquerque on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
In Lovington.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back to Wildcat Baseball here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com for the Cats. in the bottom, or rather the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and they leave a runner stranded. Coming up for the Valley Vikings, it'll be 5, 6, and 7. Gilliam, Nojola, and Ricky Henderson. I just love that name. Ricky Henderson was one of my favorite players growing up. So now it'll be Alex Gilliam to the plate. 4:31 for the Viking center fielder, and the first pitch from Micah will miss away for ball number 1. Of course, Pondo, a very quick worker. As soon as Micah gets the sign, he is ready to deal, and the 1-0 pitch, and that one will be a fastball low. Or ball 2, so the 2-ball, no strike count. Gilliam hitting over 400 on the year for the lefty center fielder. And the 2-0 pitch fastball. That one going to miss away for ball 3 as the Wildcat faithful kind of groaning a little bit. So it's a 3-ball, no strike count. To see if the take sign is on, and the pitch is in there. And yep, I think the take sign was on. And it'll be a 3-ball, 1 strike count. So 3-1 the count. As Pondo deals and swung on and missed. And just put the fastball up there and said, all right, reared back, said, here's the best I got. Can you hit it? And at least in that case, the answer was no. So that'll run the count full, and he'll run that one by him and ring him up and sit him down. Second K of the ball game for Micah Pondo, and there is 1 down for Valley here. So Hohola will step in with 1 down. So the righty left fielder, and the first one will be high for ball 1 on the fastball. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Pondo quickly back and fastball, and that one will be on the outside corner. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Outfield playing deep, infield pretty much their normal positions. 1-1 pitch on the way. Whoa, that one got away from him a little bit. Sails back to the screen for ball 2. Not quite time to pull the Harry Doyle out just yet. So it's a 2-ball, 1 strike count. Ohola at the plate, 1 down for Valley. And the 2-1 pitch, fastball swung on and missed. And leaving it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. I think it doesn't have an overpowering fastball, but it is sneaky quick. And the 2-2 pitch, and that one will be a fastball up high. And it'll run the count full, so back-to-back batters have taken Micah to the full count. And the payoff pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up, and that one is heading to the park behind us. Ahola fights off a pretty good pitch, and I just heard somebody in a red truck. I think where the blue pickup is parked, I'm okay, although I'm not sure anybody'd notice an extra dent on mine. As the wind and the payoff pitch swung on, and that one is up into the netting. And so the count stays full. Ahola's fought off a couple of pretty good pitches to stay alive. Outfield deep, infield their normal positions. Payoff pitch on the way, and that one will be inside, ball 4. So Ahola will work the 1-out walk. And that will turn it over to the number 7 hitter and right fielder Ricky Henderson. So Henderson will step in with 1 on, 1 out. Pondo from the stretch will kick and fire. That one is going to be in the turf. A snap throw down to first. As getting way off was Ahola, but the ball sails a little bit on Hernandez. Not sure even if it had been perfect if Nick had the right positioning to get to him. As Nick will hold on the runner, Ahola at first, and the 1-0 pitch, fastball inside. That one will get away from Jaden. So Ahola will take off, and he will head to second. So with the passed ball, Ahola will move down to second. And it's a 2-ball, no strike count. Now Valley trying to put on a little pressure here in their half of the second. Man in scoring position, 1 out. And a 2-0 count at the plate. Checks the runner, comes to the plate, and that'll be a shot. And off of the bounce, it gets away from Pata. Then it's going to be bobbled by Aceves out and right as Jonathan gets it back in. And so scoring and taking the lead. So Henderson will have a single. Not an RBI single. Ahola actually scored on the bobble in right, so he will score on an E9. But it will give Valley the 2-1 lead. And it'll keep a runner at first in the form of Henderson. So now it'll be Caden Barth waits on deck. So Henderson at first, and the first pitch swung on and missed as Barth goes down to one knee to try and take that one. It'll be strike one. Reminiscent a little bit of Adrian Beltre, who's a great third baseman for the Rangers, among others. And that one is going to be driven foul out of play over the batting cage. No, it's a no ball, 2-strike count. One run across for Valley here in their half of the second, just one down. And a runner at first, that's Henderson. As Barth will step out, now he will settle back in. Do a little more adjusting there, and the pitch up high. Ball one as Micah couldn't get Barth to chase the high fastball. So Henderson, not much of a lead at first, although on the move he will take off, and the pitch up high. Chin music up there, and it evens the count at 2-2. Infield at double play depth. Outfield again still deep. In the dimensions, 325 to left, 305 to right. And the 2-2 is going to be up high, ball three. So another full count worked by these Valley hitters. 365 straightaway center, 360 left center, 340 right. And the pitch up high, ball four. And Barth will work the one-out walk. And so now it is the Vikings trying to turn the tables a little bit on the Wildcats, as now it'll be Caden Barth to the plate. So with Barth at first and Henderson at second, the number 9 hitter will step in. Timeout asked for is by the official, just wants another baseball in there. They're going to bring him some new balls. Of course, while we got them on, big thanks to our friends, Western States Insurance, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob Thriftway, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, Norley Hospital, IPS Incorporated, and Areola Chiropractic. Couldn't do it without their help and support. 2-1 Valley in the lead and threatening here in the bottom of the second. Bondo will deal, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side and out of play for strike number one. Well, the no ball, 1-strike count to the number 9 hitter, Caden Barth. Chris Lance waits on deck for Valley. And another fastball, and that one is going to miss high. And the count evens up at 1-1. Looks like from the stretch, Micah's release point is just, you got to think about that just a little bit. They've sealed on him a little, and the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is going to be high in the air out into right field on his horse as Acevas, as that one will twist foul down the line. Jonathan on the horse, but not able to get there in time, so it's just a long strike two. So it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike count. Barth at first after the walk. Henderson stands at second, a single, and then moved over with the walk and the pitch, and that one is going to be just inside. Through the breaking ball. Usually more of a cutter, but pretty good break. No matter how you look at it, it's still ball two. And the 2-2 pitch, fastball swung on, and that'll be a slow roller up the third baseline as Weiser gets to it, slips on the artificial turf and tries to put the tag on, but will miss it. And so it'll be an infield single for Barth with good speed. Not sure he would have gotten him anyway, and so that'll load the bases up. Henderson at third, Barth at first and second respectively. And that'll turn it over to the top of the lineup. Eerily similar to the situation Lovington had in the first, and that'll be Chris Lance to the plate. Lance struck out to lead off the game, but pitcher with an opportunity to help his own cause out here in a big way. And the first pitch to Lance, going to be high for ball one. Again, the netting kind of moving the camera around a little bit there. I apologize about that. And it'll be ball one at the plate. Bondo quickly back to work, swung on. Popped up over on the right side, and that one gets out of play. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. Just one down as Valley trying to break things open here in the bottom of the second. Bases loaded, one out, one run already across. Micah back just to the regular wind. And now stepping out is Lance. So now he'll step back in. And the pitch, and that one is away for ball two. Nice job by Jaden. behind the plate to block that one out. Keep it in front of him. You keep those runners right where they're at and save a run. Bondo's slowing down just a little bit now, and the 2-1 pitch is high for ball number 3. Nowhere to put him, and so you've got to think if it's a good pitch that Lance is probably going to look for something to drive. Micah's got to be careful. He'll actually show bunt, pull it back, and it'll run inside for ball 4, and that will walk in a run as Henderson comes in on the walk. Barth and Barth move to second and third, and that'll run it to a 3-1 score in favor of Valley. So now it'll be Jaden Martinez to the plate. The Viking shortstop had an infield single and scored back in the first. The runner's still on every base, and he will take a big hack at a first pitch low fastball, and it'll be strike number 1. Oh, the no ball, 1 strike count. Micah takes his time, and the pitch swung on and missed as gets him to chase a high fastball. And quickly ahead in the count, no balls, 2 strikes. Lovington trying to get out of this. No more damage done, just 1 down and the base is still loaded. And the pitch, whoa, that's up and in. Jaden will go get that one for ball 1. Just 1 down, bases loaded. Bondo in a jam here in the second. Valley's already put 2 across and would like to add some more. We'll try and keep that where it is there as the pitch swung on, and that one's going to be golfed out to deep left field, going back, and that one is gone. A grand slam home run for Jaden Martinez. So Martinez, touch 'em all, young man. That may be the highlight of your baseball life right there. The grand salami is going to cash them all in as the celebration at home plate deservedly makes this a 7-1 ball game. Ouch. That one went out probably around 3:40 where that one went out. And so 1 down, and now the base is clear as Jaden Cockerham will step to the plate. We'll adjust the camera back over. Then that'll be Cockerham after the grand slam to the number 2 hitter, Martinez. Well, if you're Lovington, on the bright side, nobody on anymore. Coach Robert Areola not coming out to get him. Doesn't look like he's got anybody warming up either. Got to think Salinas or Sanchez would probably be in relief. And the first pitch is going to be high for ball 1. Of course, you got to think about pitching tomorrow, too. And the pitch, and that one is going to be at the letters, top of the zone. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Bondo back to working quickly, and that one's high for ball 2. Very tough as a pitcher, and I think my partner in crime, Don Morgan, was a great softball pitcher. So, you know, you just got to get back on the horse after something like that. And that one going to be high for ball number 3. There's probably a reason I never pitched. I'd have still been kicking myself. And the 3-1, and that one is going to be just away for ball 4 as Hernandez tried to frame it up, but the ump not buying it, and that'll bring the DH, Robbie Nunez, to the plate. Nunez 0 for 1. Popped out to in the first. He is the 9th hitter of the inning to come to the plate, and here comes Coach Robert Areola. He wants to talk about things. Let's see if he's going to leave Micah out there. He's walked 3 this inning. Make that 4 now this inning. Giving up the gopher ball. Couple of singles. Actually, a single. Now 2 singles. Then the home run, 4 walks. And they have cost the Cats in a big way. So Coach Robert Areola out there as this has become a 7-1 ball game just like that. I mean, Valley's the number 3 school in the state for a reason. So Robert's going to allow Micah to stay out there. So the runner at first is Cockerham, who worked the walk. Now it'll be Robbie Nunez to the plate. So Nunez, a righty, will step in. Runner at first, Cockerham. Bondo back from the stretch. Will look. He'll deal, and that fastball is going to be away. And it is ball number 1. Sorry, I'll get the bug caught up. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Pata holds on the runner at first. Taking the long look. Pata checks on the runner at first. Now comes home. Runner goes. That'll be a hit and run executed to perfection. That one shot out into left center field as Coach Kuhn going to hold up Cockerham, but that one is going to be bobbled. A play at the plate and a collision at the plate. And so they get greedy trying to get one. It'll be a single for Nunez to right, and Cockerham will be out. That will be 8-5-2 for out number 2. So finally 2 away. As a couple of base running errors for both squads have cost them. Or did they say that he was illegally blocking the plate? Did they? What are they saying? Should just be 2 outs, and I think it is. As Coach Kuhn and Coach Ariola going to talk about things. Still a runner at second. Yeah, the out did count. And so that will bring Alex Gilliam back to the plate. He led off this inning. So 2 down now with a runner at second. And the first pitch, and that will be low for ball 1. Oh, the 1-ball, no strike count. 10th hitter of the inning to come up for Valley. They've put 6 across. And that one is going to be up and away, ball 2. Pondo having a little trouble finding the zone this inning, to be sure. Gilliam, the lefty, settles back in. Pondo deals to the plate, and that one is going to be at the letters, outside corner, strike 1. So that'll run the count to 2-1. As Nunez leads off a second, and the pitch, and that fastball is going to be away for ball 3. So the 3-ball, 1 strike count, runner at second, 2 down. Valley trying to completely blow this one open, and the pitch, and that one on the outside corner. Nice pitch, strike 2, so it'll run the count full to Gilliam. But for Pondo, you got to start thinking about pitch count at some point. He's still okay this inning, but middle of next inning or into the 4th, you're going to be thinking about it a little bit. And the pitch, and that one is going to be low, ball 4. And the 5th walk of the inning is issued as Gilliam will trot down to first, and now it'll be Caden Hohola to the plate. So Hohola, earlier this inning, walked and scored on an error. Now runners at first and second, 2 down. Again, if the scorebug decides it doesn't hate me, and the first pitch is going to be high for ball 1. So the 1-ball, no strike count. Gilliam at first, Nunez at second. 6 runs already across for Valley, and they're trying to add to it. And the pitch high for ball 2. Lovington faithful wanted that one. The Valley faithful glad it didn't happen. So it's a 2-ball, no strike count to the number 6 hitter. And the pitch swung on, and that one is driven to deep center field. Going back is Ochoa, and Kamen at the warning track will make the grab for out number 3, but 6 runs are cashed in for the Vikings in their half of the second. We go to the 3rd. Valley 7, Lovington 1. More Wildcat baseball in a moment from New Allmark Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
For Valley in the bottom half of the second inning, they get 6 runs on 4 hits, 1 error committed by the Wildcats, and 2 runners are left stranded as they sent 11 to the plate. Now Lovington with their work cut out for them. It'll be Garcia, Pondo, and Aceves, 2, 3, and 4 due up for the Wildcats. I'm TJ Miracle. Welcome into the playoffs. Game one of this best-of-3 series. Now Lovington with a hole to dig out of his Lance first pitch, and that one is going to be chopped over towards the second baseman as Cockerham will come up with it and fire it in plenty of time over to Barth at first. If you're scoring at home, it's 4-3 for out number one. So one pitch, one out for the Cats. Now it'll be Micah Pondo to the plate. Micah hit by a pitch his last time up, so now a chance to help his own cause out a little bit and try and get a one-out something going for Lovington. As Lance will deal, swung on, and that one just a slow roller, but they're going to say foul. Yep, it was foul for strike one as it comes back and hits in front of the plate, then comes into the left-handed batter's box. Gilliam out in center, shaded over towards the alley. Everybody's kind of shifted around, and the pitch, fastball inside corner, strike two. So a no-ball, two-strike count. He got Henderson pretty much playing in the alley out in right center. Outfield has shifted to the left for the hard-hitting Pondo. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a chop shot. Second baseman Cockerham comes up, fields it, gets it over to Barth at first in time. So back-to-back ground outs to the second baseman. And there is two down now for the Cats here in their half of the third. So that'll turn it over to the cleanup hitter, Jonathan Aceves. Jonathan, a walk. And did it get an RBI because the bases were loaded when he walked. 386 on the year. No, Aceves will step in. Nobody on, two out. And the first pitch is going to be up high for ball number one. Oh, it's a one ball, no strike count. Cats trying to start something with two outs here as Lance will deal the fastball away. And it is ball two. Aceves with some power. If he can find one he can handle, he should be able to get it out of here. And the 0-2 pitch, good curveball, and it's Jonathan well out in front of that one and over the top, and that'll be strike one. So it'll be a 2-ball, 1-strike count. So now is the hitter's count, 2-1, and the pitch swung on and missed as Jonathan takes a big hack at a high fastball and comes up empty. So that'll even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count in the outfield, still playing back quite a ways and shading over towards the left. And the 2-2 pitch, Jonathan is to head out of the way of ball number 3. So that'll run the count full to Aceves. And the payoff pitch swung on and missed. Strike 3. Fourth K of the ball game for Lance. And the Cats go 1-2-3 in their half of the third. After 2.5, it's Valley 7, Lovington 1. We'll be back. More Lovington Wildcat Playoff Baseball on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Norley Hospital District proudly announces they now offer extended hours in both Lovington and Hobbs Medical Clinics for all of your minor injuries, minor illnesses, and minor wounds. Norley is working diligently to better serve you. Call ahead for appointments for Lovington Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-396-6611, 396-6611. And for Hobbs Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-433-3000, 433-3000. Norley Hospital District, united in service, trusted for life.
And for the Wildcats, they go 1-2-3 in the top of the third. We head to the bottom of the third. Vikings of Valley leading our Wildcats by a score of 7-1. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo today. Micah Pondo still on the hill. He'll start off 7-8-9 as Henderson will take the first pitch he sees and pops it into shallow center field, and a little too deep for Salinas to get it, too deep for Aceves to come get it. And so it becomes a Texas Leaguer leadoff single for Ricky Henderson to right. So the leadoff single, and Valley going to look to try and get their line moving again. So now it'll be Camden Barth to the plate. Barth walked and scored last inning, so Barth will step in, and he'll take the first pitch and chop that one over towards the Lovington dugout. Nice agile move over there by Coach Ariola. And it'll be ball number 1. So the 1 ball, no strike, or actually strike 1. It's been a long day. So a no ball, 1 strike count. Henderson leads off of first. Pondo from the stretch. He'll deal to Barth. Curveball swung on and missed. Good pitch. And he's up in the count now. No balls, 2 strikes. So Pondo would like to get a fairly easy inning here. As Henderson held on by Pata. And the pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side and bounces off the netting. So the count stays 0-2. Then the no ball, 2 strike count. To the number 8 hitter, Camden Barth. Caden Barth, his brother, waits on deck. Henderson with the leadoff single stands at first. Pata holds him on. And the 0-2 pitch, curveball. You see that was more of a cutter. Broke away at the last moment and out of the zone. Ball 1. Still the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Outfield playing about 2/3 of the way back. Field double play depth, and the pitch swung on. That one is going to be hammered out to left field, and just going to watch that one go. Sanchez watches as that one will clear the wall, and so another dinger for the Valley Vikings. This one in the 2-run variety will make this a 9-1 ball game in favor of Valley. And they're going to try and keep the line moving as Barth will come into the excitement of his teammates. And so now that'll bring Caden Barth to the plate. Barth, an infield single his last time up. So 2 dingers in the ball game, a 2-run shot and a grand slam. So the grand slam is now to be the number 9 hitter, Caden Barth, to the plate. So Micah Pondo got to be thinking, what have I got to do here? As we had to get a few more baseballs in. While we've got a moment, say a big thank you to our friends at Western States Insurance, Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, Norley Hospital, IPS Incorporated, and Areola Chiropractic, making Wildcat baseball and softball tomorrow possible. I'm TJ Miracle, flying solo today, of course, for the boys today. Game 1, no matter what happens, they'll have more chances tomorrow. If we have a game 3, as they've thrown the ball home, I think maybe they're talking about did he touch all the bases. We've seen that a couple of times. So now they're going to bring everybody in and discuss a few things. That did cost Lovington a couple of runs against Portales. Things got a little contentious last week in that one. I think that's what they're talking about there. Got to be what they're talking about. Of course, we'll be back with you no matter the outcome of this one tomorrow. And they're going to say safe. He did touch all the bags. Well, it was worth a try for Coach Ariola. Do unto others, I guess. And now to be Barth to the plate. Of course, 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, right back here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Lovington girls at 11 tomorrow on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel. First pitch to Barth, back up into the netting. And that is strike 1. As Lance will come over and retrieve it. So nobody on. Lovington trailing by 8. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and the pitch fastball. Ooh, having to go river dance and not able to get away from that one. Barth hit by the pitch. So that'll keep the line moving for the Valley Vikings, as that'll turn it over to Chris Lance. So Lance struck out in the first, had an RBI walk in the second. Officially 0 for 1. Well, Coach Ariola convinced he's just gonna see if Micah can work his way through it. Pondo has not pitched poorly. Just had a little trouble for a while commanding the zone, and the first pitch to the leadoff hitter is in there, strike 1. Good fastball on the outside corner. And third baseman Barth held on over at first by Nick Pata. And the pitch, and that cutter will run away. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count to the leadoff hitter. Nobody on, 1 out. Actually 1 on, nobody out. That one going to be popped up over on the right side. Into foul ground, Nick Pata, and he will go over and he will make the grab just to the right of the dugout, left of the dugout. And so Lance will pop out to Pata. And finally, there is one down here in this bottom of the third. So now it'll be Jaden Martinez to the plate. Still a runner at first as Martinez will step in. Back that off just a touch. And the first pitch to Martinez. Ooh, that one is going to be up and in. And it'll be ball number one. All right, first is Barth, who was hit by the pitch. Pata holds him on. Outfield playing about 3/4 of the way back, and that one going to get spiked and come into the netting. And the wild pitch will let Barth move on down to second. And it is ball number two to Martinez. Well, Hernandez, I think, wisely going to go out and have a word with Pondo. 9-1 the score for Valley. Lovington drew first blood as they scored in the first. Had a bases loaded, nobody out situation, but could only put one across. Valley answered in the first and then erupted for 6 in the second, including a grand slam by this young man. Hernandez 2 for 2, including that slam. So now runner at second, and the pitch swung on and missed. And now a 2-ball, 1-strike count as Pondo takes just a little bit off of that one. Chavez not playing all that deep out in right, and a pickoff attempt back at second. Salinas will go over and stab it. Of course, Pondo and Hernandez your battery. Pata, Salinas, Garcia, Weiser in the infield, first to third. Outfield, Sanchez, Ochoa, Estevez, and the fastball evens the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Good fastball in the outside corner for Micah. So the 2-ball, 2-strike count to Martinez, the catcher. Micah checks the runner, comes to the plate, swung on, and that one is back into the netting. So the count will stay 2 balls and 2 strikes. Runner at second is Barth, hit by a pitch and then moved over on a wild pitch. Umpire is going to come out and have a word with Micah. Of course, that has been a bit of an issue this year for some of the Wildcat pitching, is they're, when they come set and deliver, maybe just keeping an eye out for balks. And yeah, the umpire, I think, just told him, make sure when you don't stop your motion at any point. So that had to be what that was about. So no balks called, but hitter at the plate is Martinez. He is 2 for 2 as more baseballs have come in for our umping crew today. It is a 3-man crew. So runner at second, 1 down. Couple of runs already across for Valley here in this third inning. Lovington would like to get in the dugout and see if they can start finding a way to get to the lefty Lance. Valley would like to pop a couple more across before they have to go, and that one swung on and fouled off the mask of Hernandez. Jaden gonna walk it up and take it up the first baseline. Kind of hurt my head just watching it hit, but Jaden okay. The ump asked him, "You all right?" Yeah. Jaden's tough. So the count will stay at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The Cats again in a bit of a jam, trying to get out of it as Barth dances off a second. Now timeout asked for and given. As heading out is Hernandez. He'll talk to Pondo. 2-2 the count at the plate to Martinez. Of course, regardless of the outcome of this one, we'll have Game 2 for you tomorrow, 10 o'clock, right back here from Roger Cordova Field at Valley. And the pitch on the way, the 2-2 pitch, ding-dong, as that's going to get him in the head. Did it get him in the noggin or did it get him in the shoulder? As he's up and he's heading over to first. He's smiling. So Martinez hit by the pitch. That puts runners at first and second. I think they're going to ask if he went head hunting. I don't think he did. You certainly hope Martinez is okay, though. Now the ump is telling Pondo something. Micah, settle down. They are asking if he intentionally threw at him. I don't think he did. And they checked the landing zone, too, in front of the mound. As the umps aren't going to do the right thing. Of course, when you have anything up in the cranial area, around the head, they do have to do a check, just make sure everything's okay. Of course, Lovington, we know a little bit about that with Malaya Castro over on the softball side of things, getting hit in the head, and I don't believe she's been released yet to come back to playing. Of course, we certainly hope Malaya is okay. I'm sure Dawn will have an update for her tomorrow. 11 o'clock for the Lovington Lady Cats. The Lady Cats got the home game as the number 6 seed, as they'll be taking on the Moriarty Lady Pintos. And that'll be tomorrow, 11 o'clock, over on the Lee County News and Sports YouTube channel and at HobbsAmerica.com. I guess everything's going to be all right. Hernandez at first, Barth at second. Of course, while we've got a moment, I'd like to say a big thank you for watching wherever you happen to be. Southeast New Mexico, West Texas, and around the world. So now it'll be Jaden Cockerham to the plate. He is 1 for 1. He did get thrown out trying to come home, though, on a single, trying to move around. Cockerham 1 for 1, and he will swing at an off-speed pitch, and that'll be strike one. No balls, 1 strike the count. With 2 on, 1 out. Already 2 across for Valley as they threaten here in the third. And that one is going to be high. Jaden will climb the ladder. Keep the runners where they are as the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. To the number 3 hitter, hitting .473 on the year. And that pitch outside corner at the knees, called strike 2. So the 1 ball, 2 strike count. Pondo trying to pull it back together. Here in the third, and the pitch high, ball 2. So the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Of course, we would ask you to subscribe to the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. Remember, once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll pull $100 out of my pocket to say thank you. And the 2-2 pitch outside, ball 3. So maybe I'll be having to pick a $100 winner tonight if we can get to 1,000 subscribers. It's coming out of my pocket, not from the sponsors of the stations. Payoff pitch, and that one is high. Ball 4 in the 6th walk of the ball game. Will walk the bases loaded as Barth will move to third. Martinez to second, and now Cockerham at first. His 2nd walk of the day. So we'll slide that over. And here comes Coach Robert Areola. And I have a feeling that is going to do it for Micah Pondo, with Robbie Nunez coming up to plate, the DH, and the leading hitter by far for the Valley Vikings. So as Robert comes out, Coach Areola. And we will have a pitching change, as it looks like Cesar Salinas will come into pitch. So with the pitching change, we'll take a timeout, come back and reset it for you. Wildcat playoff baseball continues in a moment.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
Dust blowing and the change of weather causes you to feel yucky. Sinus infections, congestion, or even just a routine cold. Chiropractic care can help you. Areola Chiropractic Center helps patients feel their best. See for yourself. Check out Areola Chiropractic Center's Facebook page. Areola Chiropractic Center, helping patients feel better, one spine at a time.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
Cesar Salinas will be on as the new pitcher, and he is in a jam. Just one out, bases are loaded as Valley is threatening with their cleanup hitter at the plate. We'll reset the offense for you, or the defense momentarily. And the first pitch swung on, and that one is going to be popped up over on the right side into foul ground, as coming over and not able to handle it is Pata. Was very close to the screening. So it'll wind up just being strike number one. So Cesar Salinas, the senior righty for the Cats, has taken over on the hill, where Cesar probably would have had the nod if we had a game 3 tomorrow. He might very well still. He can keep this pretty easy. So Robbie Nunez back up with the bases loaded and one out. A 9-1 lead. Lovington trying to keep it right there in the pitch, and that one gonna run in and low for ball number one. So the count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. Cockerham at first. Martinez at second. Barth at third. As Cesar will kick and fire, and that one will be low and away. Ball number 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count as the Vikings continue to try and keep the line moving here in the third. They'd like to have an early one here. And the pitch and swung on, and that'll be a chopper foul down the third baseline. Coach Kuhn almost reaching out and stabbing that one. As the count, they'll even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2-2 count to the DH Nunez. Trying to extend the Viking lead here in this top of the third inning, bottom of the third inning. Lovington trying to get it back to the fourth as a fake pickoff attempt over at first. Cesar will keep it, is diving back in over there is Cockerham. And he spins around and looks back. The runner at third, which is Barth. So a 2 ball, 2 strike count at the plate to Nunez. And the 2-2 pitch swung on. That one is lifted high in the air to deep left center field, going back. And we have a second grand slam in the ball game as Nunez shoots that one out at about the 350-foot mark and will cash in 4 more for the Valley Vikings. The only one of those that'll go on to the slate of Salinas is Nunez, but yowzer. And so Valley now with a huge 13-1 lead. And Lovington, again, just going to try and stop the bleeding any way that they can. Grand slams in back-to-back innings. Yowza. So now Alex Gilliam to the plate with the bases clear and still just one out. He's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second and then walked also in the second. So another baseball heads out of here. Third homer for this Valley squad. So now it'll be the lefty Gilliam to the plate. And the first pitch, and that one, curveball, outside corner, ball 1. The Lovington faithful wanted it called a strike. Pretty close, but Blue didn't see it that way. Saw it a little off the plate and low. And the 1-0 count swung on and missed. And that'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Vikings leading the Cats 13-1 in the pitch. That one will be in the turf, ball 2. So the 2 ball, 1 strike count. Over Lovington, they just need to see if they can stop the bleeding. As Cesar will deal the 2-1, swung on. That one is going to be popped up over on the left side into foul ground. Weiser behind the dugout and goes right up against the fence as that one heads to the parking lot. And count will even up 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Yeah, the area behind the dugouts is wide down there. You can't really tell, but it is open back into the bullpen areas and then out to the fencing. Gilliam will step back in. It's a 2 ball, 2 strike count. Salinas takes the long look in. Shakes off Hernandez a couple of times. Shakes him off again. Now he has what he wants. And Cesar will deal the 2-2, and that one is going to be up and away, ball 3. So that'll run the count full to Alex Gilliam. You hate that Salinas gave up the grand slam, but he came in a tough situation. And the payoff pitch, and that one is heading to the parking lot. Yeah, I don't think it's in the neighborhood of the Blue Tundra, so hope it didn't hit or do any damage anywhere. So the count remains full to Gilliam at the plate. Outfield deep, infield back to their normal positions. Payoff pitch, and that curveball is going to miss low for ball 4. So another walk issued by Lovington pitching. And the Vikings have now batted around once again as Caden Hohola to the plate. Hohola walked and scored back in the second, then flew out to end the second. Let me get that adjusted there. So Hohola at the plate. Salinas from the stretch, kicks and fires, fastball outside. Corner, strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. The wind is blowing from right to left and slightly out. None of the home runs, I don't think, have been wind aided. And the pitch swung on and missed. Got him with the off-speed pitch. And the stolen bases, Gilliam was going on first movement. And it was strike 2 at the plate to Hohola. So a no ball, 2 strike count to Hohola at the plate. Just 1 down Valley, trying to keep their line moving. 6 more across this inning thus far. And the curveball swung on. That'll be a hard shot on the ground. Garcia handles it and bobbles it in the hole at short. And so the bobble going to mean everybody's safe. So an E6. And now there are Vikings at the corners as they have batted around, as Henderson will step in. Henderson with the little Texas leaguer to right is 2 for 2 in the ball game. So now he'll step in with 2 on, still just 1 away, as Valley has batted around once again, as Jaden will step out in front and shoot the signals out. Wants to make sure everybody knows what to do. With just 1 out and runners at the corners. Again, Henderson back up for the second time this inning. And a pickoff attempt over at first, and diving back in safely over there is Hohola. Hohola at first, Gilliam at third. And Salinas taking the long look in. Now he's ready to go, and the pitch to Henderson swung on, and that one is going to be popped up and over my head and over the head of the crowd, and that will be strike 1. No ball, 1 strike count. Cesar going to shake off the first. Now he has what he wants. Mendez down, and the pitch swung on. Fake the throw down to second. Hohola will go down on the stolen base. And it was strike 2 at the plate to Henderson. So a no ball, 2 strike count. 13-1 the score. Valley with 3 homers in the game, 2 of them of the Grand Slam variety. And the pitch swung on, and that's a hard shot, and Weiser can't handle it. On the line, it'll go all the way to the fence out in left. That one's going to bank off the wall. That'll get home 1. That will get home 2, and it is a 2-run RBI double right down the line in left for Henderson. That'll cash in Gilliam. It'll cash in Hohola. And 2 more on the board as the Vikings will keep their line moving. Now it'll be Camden Barth to the plate. Barth a homer earlier this inning. Barth with the homer. Scored a couple in this game. It was a 2-run homer. And the first pitch, it is the first time he's faced Cesar, and the first pitch will be outside corner at the knees, strike 1. No ball, 1 strike count. Cats just need to find a way out of this inning. This is feeling like one of those never-ending endings, and a great off-speed pitch, and Barth trying, I think, for another dinger. Well out in front of the off-speed pitch, strike 2. So a no ball, 2 strike count. Still just 1 down, and now 8 runs across for Valley. And the pitch curveball swung on. That'll be a slow roller. Weiser handles it at third and will fire across the diamond in time to get the out. So Barth will be out 5-3 for out number 2. And so now it'll be Caden Barth to the plate. So now Barth hit by a pitch and scored earlier this inning. Had an infield single and scored in the second. So the runner at second is Henderson. But now 2 down. Worry less about the runner and more about the hitter as the curveball is up and in. And it is ball 1. So the 1 ball, no strike count. Outfield deep, infield pretty much back at their normal positions. Pata moves over to keep Henderson honest at second. Swung on, and that one's going to find its way through in the hole in center as Coach Kuhn going to wave Henderson around, and it'll be an RBI single for the number 9 hitter, Barth. So Caden Barth with the RBI single to left center cashes in Henderson. And now it is a 16-1 ball game. And we'll turn it back over to Chris Lance. Lance is 0 for 2. He did have a walk RBI earlier in the game, and the first pitch to the pitcher is in there, strike one. So an 0-ball, 1-strike count. Runner at first is Barth. Pretty good lead over there as Nick Pata holds him on. And a pickoff attempt. They got him. Yes, they did. Bang. As Barth caught leaning off. He'll be out 1-3. For out number 3 is Pata will slap the tag down, but the damage is done as we head to the 4th. It is Valley 16, Lovington 1. Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment from New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called Smart Hub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the Smart Hub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the Smart Hub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with Smart Hub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
For Valley in the bottom of the 3rd, they get 8 runs on 5 hits. 1 error committed by Lovington and nobody left on base. So a 15-1 deficit now for the Wildcats, as it'll be Jaden Hernandez, Nick Pata, and Ryan Weiser due up for the Wildcats. As they want to get some of these runs back, we are in Mercy Rule territory now. Of course, Valley's probably going to want to put a few more insurance runs on the board themselves before it's all said and done. So Jaden will step in, reached on a fielder's choice, and was left stranded back in the 1st. And Jaden hitting just a tick over 300 now on the season. As the lefty Lance will deal the first pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. And that'll be strike 1. So a 0-ball and 1-strike count. That bug in my mouth, I apologize. As Lance, the quick worker, will deal. That one is going to be in the turf. Evens things up. 1 ball, 1 strike. Velarde does a nice job getting that one in the glove. Nobody on him if it had got past him. No harm, no foul. And the 1-1 pitch, and that one will be away. Ball 2. Again, Lance does not waste much time between pitches. Outfield, not halfway, 3/4 back. Shading over towards the left, and the pitch, and that one is going into the hole in right center, and leaping up deep in the hole is Cockerham at second, and somehow gets that one out of the air. Cockerham must have made himself about 8 feet tall to get that one. Go gadget arm, and it works, and so it'll be a line out to the second baseman, and there is 1 down. Well, the Cats just can't buy a break now, can we? 16-1 the score, a 15-run deficit for the Wildcats. And the pitch curveball is into Pata, strike 1. Nick, a strikeout victim his last time up. Seems like a long time ago that the Cats had the bases loaded and nobody out in the 1st. And the 0-1 pitch, and that one is going to be up and away. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. Again, Lance, the quick worker, 1-1 pitch, and that one's away, ball 2. Of course, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m., back here for game 2 of this best-of-3 series. Of course, we still got to play the rest of game 1 first. 2-1 pitch, and that one is going to be at the letters on the outside corner. Good pitch. Pata watches it for strike 2. Into 2-2, swung on and missed as Pata will go down swinging for the second time in the ball game, and that is the 5th K of the afternoon for Lance. And there are 2 down now for the Wildcats. And that'll be Ryan Weiser to the plate. Rhino 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out his last time up. So Ryan will step into the right side box. Weiser, the number 7 hitter, does have some power. Hitting a couple ticks over 300 himself. Good curveball. Is that one going to drop in from the lefty for strike 1? No ball, 1 strike count. And again, Lance wastes no time, and ding dong, that one's going to come in and hit Weiser in the back. So second hit batter of the afternoon as Weiser will trot down to first. Now trying to get a little something going with 2 outs here. As it'll be Ethan Gonzalez to the plate, the DH. Gonzalez worked the walk and was left stranded his last time up. Pickoff attempt. Sliding in safely. Weiser under the tag of Barth. So 2 down now for the Cats. And the first pitch to Gonzalez, and that one going to run across the plate and inside and low. And let's say ball 1. No, 1 ball, no strike count. From the stretch, Lance gets the sign, and he'll deal. Swung on, and that'll be a chopper. Gets over the head, and the shortstop, Martinez, will just come over and take it himself. So Gonzalez, a fielder's choice, and Weiser will be out 6 unassisted for out number 3. So the Wildcats put a man on, but can't move him around. We head to the bottom of the 4th. The Vikings leading our Wildcats 16-1. More Wildcat baseball in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Lasco Construction is a proud partner in education in Lee County. Lasco Construction is your hometown construction company. Lasco Construction encourages you and business owners to support Tatum, Jow, Lovington, Eunice, and Hobbs businesses. Buy as much as you can locally, which is why Lasco Construction always supports the youth of Lee County. Lasco Construction supports you. Call 393-9161 for all your construction needs. Support your community.
Eunice Pump and Supply has been around for over 30 years and is excited to continue their services to the community. They take pride in their employees and their hard work and dedication, and most importantly, take pride in the youth of Lee County. Eunice Pump and Supply is a proud supporter of all Lee County athletics and academics. Eunice Pump and Supply, 1310 Avenue O in Eunice, another proud supporter of Lee County athletics.
For the Wildcats, no runs on no hits, no errors committed by Valley, and 1 runner left on. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's been all Vikings since the first inning of this one. They lead it 16-1. Top of the order steps in with Chris Lance. He was actually up last inning, but a great throw out, and that one is going to be deep to center field, going back and leaping up at the wall is Ochoa, as Kamen will take it away from him at the wall for out number 1. Not sure that one had enough to get out. He was actually just a little shy of the wall, but hit it to the deepest part of the park for a long out number 1. And now Jaden Martinez to the plate. Martinez is 2 for 2. Had one of those grand slams, and he'll take the first pitch. That one is heading out to right field, the short porch out there, but it hangs up just a little bit, and Aceves will get to it, and Jonathan will grab that one into right for out number 2. So quickly, 2 up, 2 down. Only 305 down the line in right, 325 down the line in left. So now it'll be Jaden Cockeram to the plate. Cockeram with an RBI double in the first. Then a couple of walks in the ballgame and a run scored, and he'll take the first pitch for strike 1. And the wind blowing and things, the screening a little bit in the way sometimes, as that one will be high. And the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count. As Salinas still on the hill, will deal, and the curveball going to miss. It'll be ball 2. Pondo at second now for the Wildcats with Salinas on the hill. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. I think it was a strike anyway. And the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So the 2 ball, 2 strike count. Salinas ready to go as SR delivers, and that one going to fall away. and will run the count full to the number 3 hitter, Cockerham. Outfield playing deep. Infield pretty much their normal positions, 2 away. Here in the bottom of the 4th, swung on, and that one is heading over to the park next door. So the count will stay full at 3-2. A new baseball comes in. Of course, regardless of the outcome of this one, we'll be back with you tomorrow morning, a little before 10 o'clock. And the payoff pitch swung on, and that one is going up over our heads in the head of the stands and out of play. And the count stays full as Cockerham fights off a pretty good pitch from Cesar. And now Salinas will deal. The curveball swung on, and another pretty good pitch fought off to stay alive. Of course, going into the bottom of the, rather the top of the 5th inning, Lovington is going to have Ochoa, Salinas, Garcia at 9-1-2 due up as they try and scratch 6 runs out of a stingy Viking defense. And the payoff pitch, curveball swung on. That one is going to be lifted into right center field, and that one is going to drop. Going to be cut off by Aceves, and Jonathan will deal it in. But it's a 2-out single to right for Cockerham. And so 2 down now, as now it'll be Robbie Nunez to the plate. Nunez is 2 for 3. One of those 2, though, was a grand slam home run. In the grand slam an inning ago, pickoff attempt over at first, sliding back in safely is Cockerham. Salinas from the stretch, checks on the runner, comes to the plate, and that one on the inside corner. And it'll be called strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Pata holds the runner on at first, another pickoff attempt. Of course, Salinas did get a pickoff an inning ago to end that 3rd inning. Valley fairly aggressive on the base paths when they think they can be, as Salinas will come to the plate, and that one will be outside. And the count evens up at a ball and a strike. So the 1 ball, 1 strike count, Nunez at the plate. Runner at first is Cockerham. Pata holds him on. Salinas in relief on the hill. 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is heading to center field. And that one is going to get out of here at the deepest part of the park and keep going. Actually, I think that's off the Valley Gym, about 415, 420 back there. And another home run for the Valley Vikings as Nunez with the 2-run variety to dead center this time. And Valley has the insurance runs that they wanted. And it is now an 18-1 score in favor of the Valley Vikings. Now, the inning started out with such promise for Lovington, 2 pitches, 2 outs, but then Cockerham battled the full count and shot a 2-out single to right, and then Nunez, proven why he's hitting now better than .614 on the season. And that'll be Alex Gilliam back to the plate. As here comes Coach Robert Areola. The 2 grand slams and 2 home runs. 2 2-run shots as timeout asked for. Coach Areola going to go out, and are we going to see another pitching change possibly? Is he going to put Jonathan Aceves in to try and shut this down? I think he is. And so we will have a pitching change as Jonathan Aceves is going to come and try and put out the fire. I bet Jonathan gets the start tomorrow too, but he's just trying to get 1 out here this afternoon. So we'll be back after the pitching change. Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment.
It's no secret, at some point you'll have a question or need to replace or fix something on your vehicle. Whether your vehicle is new or ancient, Lovington Auto Supply is your trusted advisor when you need dependable auto parts. Not only do they have the parts you need, they have real answers to your real automotive questions, and that help keeps your vehicle running longer and stronger. Quality parts, helpful people. Lovington Auto Supply, 217 West Avenue D in Lovington. Napa, get up and go.
Norley Hospital District proudly announces they now offer extended hours in both Lovington and Hobbs Medical Clinics for all of your minor injuries, minor illnesses, and minor wounds. Norley is working diligently to better serve you. Call ahead for appointments for Lovington Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-396-6611, 396-6611. And for Hobbs Medical Clinic Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Call 575-433-3000, 433-3000. Norley Hospital District, united in service, trusted for life.
IPS Incorporated is a proud member of this community. IPS is the turnkey solution in the oil patch. One call to IPS for your upstream and midstream solutions, comprising of dirt work, electrical, pumping, and crane service, plus your automation and control, is all handled with one call. One call for every aspect of your oil and gas project. Google IPS Hobbs or simply call 393-1417. IPS, the turnkey one-call oil and gas company.
And welcome back to Lovington Wildcat Baseball here at the Valley Vikings, opening round of the 2023 NMAA 4A baseball playoffs. Our new pitcher is actually going to be Pata. Nick Pata going to come in and try and shut things down. Pondo will move to second. Pondo to first, Salinas to second. There we go. So Nick going to come on and try and get the one out, and his first pitch will deal away to Gilliam, ball one. Yeah, I would be willing to bet you that Sevis is pitching the game tomorrow morning. So a 2-0 count and the pitch, and that one is going to be inside, ball two. So the 2-ball, no strike count. So now you've got Pata on the hill, Hernandez still behind the plate. Pondo, Salinas, Garcia, Weiser, the infield first to third. Sanchez, Ochoa, Aceves in the outfield, and that one will be inside, ball three. So really, if you're Lovington right now, what you need to concentrate on, just throw strikes. If they leave the yard, they leave the yard. I wouldn't worry too much about it. You're just trying to get this out of here, and the 3-0, and that one is low, ball four. So it'll be a 2-out walk on 4 pitches. Tough situation for Pata to come into, same as it was a tough situation for Cesar Salinas a moment ago. Of course, they're going to need Cesar tomorrow, too, so you have to think about the pitch counts. Ensenada be Caden Hohola to the plate. And a balk is, he stopped and came over, and so the balk over to second. So that will advance Gilliam down to second. So out the plate, Hohola, 0 for 2. Reached on an error and scored an inning ago. As now Pata will come off, and he will fire to second. Back in safely at second is Gilliam. Of course, the score is a bit lopsided. Of course, Valley's not the number 3 team in the state for nothing. Lovington's still in a bit of a rebuild, but they can be competitive. They just let it get away from them this afternoon. As Pata will deal and runs that one in there and pass to Hola for strike one. So the 2-ball, 1 strike count. In the outfield deep. Salinas shades over towards the bag at second to keep Gilliam honest. Hola settled into the right side box. And the pitch, curveball swung on, and that one is going to be popped up and into shallow left center. Going over and coming up and making the grab is Ochoa. So they fly out to center for out number 3, but 2 more runs will come across for the Valley Vikings. We head to the 5th. The Cats going to need 8 runs just to get this one to a bottom of the 5th. More Wildcat baseball in a moment here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com.
Dust blowing and the change of weather causes you to feel yucky. Sinus infections, congestion, or even just a routine cold. Chiropractic care can help you. Areola Chiropractic Center helps patients feel their best. See for yourself. Check out Areola Chiropractic Center's Facebook page. Areola Chiropractic Center, helping patients feel better, one spine at a time.
Western States Insurance.
Why choose Western States Insurance as your independent insurance agent? Because Western States Insurance is more than an insurance agency. They're a people agency dedicated to the insurance needs of their customers. Western States Insurance is large enough to provide the products you demand and small enough to offer you personal service.
We've got you covered. Western States Insurance.
Call 396-1318 or go by 212 North Love in Lovington.
2 more runs come across for the Valley Vikings in the bottom of the 4th. 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors committed by the Wildcats, and 1 runner left on for the Vikings. 17-1 is our score. I had 18-1 up. I thought I had miscounted, and I thought the scoreboard had too, and we both corrected ourselves about the same time. So a 17-1 score, so the Cats going to need a big inning here, or we're heading to the hotel early tonight, so it'll be 9-1-2. Ochoa, Salinas, and Garcia. That one will be a bunt. It'll be laid down to perfection as the speedy Ochoa is going to get down there as the lefty Lance not able to get to it in time, even if he had gotten to it quicker. Not sure that it would have made any difference. And so that'll put a runner at first for the Wildcats, trying to get something going here in the fifth. They're going to need 7 runs just to get this one into a bottom of the fifth, as Lance will check the runner and he'll come to the plate, and that one will run inside to Salinas for ball 1. There we go. Get that fixed. So a 1-ball, no strike count. Lance back to work quickly, and that one on the outside corner. And evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the 1-1 count. Leadoff bunt single for Ochoa. He stands at first. Barth will hold him on. And the 1-1 pitch swung on, and that one is lifted high in the air out to right field as the right fielder Henderson comes on and will make the catch as Ochoa has to retreat to first. That one not going to be deep enough to move him around, and the Cats now with 2 outs, or rather just 1 out, down to their final 2 outs in this one as Luis Garcia to the plate. Luis singled in the first, grounded out in the third. Ochoa stands at first. Lance looks at the runner, comes to the plate, curveball swung on. That one is popped up and heading to the parking lot, and that will be strike 1. Still a no ball, 1 strike count. Of course, we'll be on with you tomorrow a little bit before 10 o'clock. Game 2 of this best-of-3 series. And hopefully a game 3 after that. As the 0-1 swung on and missed as Garcia well out in front. That changeup from Lance. So Lance in line right now for just a 3-hitter. Now he'll check the runner at first. Now comes to the plate and swung on, and that one is tailing out to deep left center, going over and running back, and off of the glove of Jojola. And so Hohola can't hang on to it as Ochoa going to slide into third. So Ochoa advances, and that will be, because it was in the glove, it'll be an E7 on Hohola. So the first error of the ball game as now Micah Pondo to the plate. So 1 out, 2 on for the Wildcats. Ochoa with the leadoff bunt single. Stands at third. Garcia with a long fly out, not able to be handled by the left fielder. So now runners at second and third for the Wildcats as they try and get something going. Coach Kuhn going to come out and have a quick word with his infield while we've got a moment. Big thanks to Areola Chiropractic, IPS Incorporated, Norley Hospital, Eunice Pump and Supply, Lasco Construction, Bob's Thriftway, Lee County Electric Cooperative, and Western States Insurance. I'm TJ Miracle flying solo. Dawn Morgan on assignment this weekend. Tonight with the Hobbs Lady Eagles in Alamogordo, and tomorrow with the Lovington Lady Cats at the Friendly Confines. So now it'll be Micah Pondo to the plate. So Pondo will step up. Pondo got the start in the ball game. End up giving up. Have to double check, but I want to say that all but one of his runs was earned. I believe it was 11 or 12. I'll have to go back and double check. I don't really want to. So Lance will set up, and he will deal to Velarde, and that one is going to be popped up and out of play for strike 1. So the no ball, 1 strike count. Pondo, the number 3 hitter. Jonathan Aceves waits on deck. Wildcats going to try and put something together with a big deficit. Now they have 18-1 up on the board again. I'm pretty sure it's 17. The wind and the pitch swung on. That one's up into the netting for strike number 2. 7, 8 is 15, 16. I've only got 17. Nope, there it is. There's the 9th one. Darn it. We were both right and wrong and then right again. Is that one going to be fouled over to the left side? So Micah fights a pretty tough pitch off to stay alive. So the Wildcats still continuing to battle. Garcia at second, Ochoa at third. Marty gives the sign. Lance deals. That one, the curveball is high for ball number 1. So the 1-ball-2-strike count. Good eye for Pondo, as Lance has had that curveball working for him pretty effectively today. 5 Ks in the ball game through 4+. And the pitch swung on, and that'll be a hard shot out to deep right center. That one is going to bounce in and go all the way to the wall. That'll get 1 run around. That'll get 2 runs home, and it is a 2-run double, 2 RBI double for Micah Pondo. So the 2 RBI double for Pondo. Cash in Garcia, cashes in Ochoa, and the Cats still with a pulse here in this top of the 5th inning. So now it is a 18-3 score, and Jonathan Aceves to the plate. Pondo stands over at second. Jonathan 0 for 1, but he did have an RBI walk in the first and was left stranded. You got to think we will see Jonathan game 1 tomorrow. As the line in the first pitch from Lance swung on, and that one is going to be popped up into center field, is going over into right center. Left center is Gilliam, and he'll get it, and a throw in, and it'll be safe at third as Pondo tagged up and got there. So Aceves with the fly out to center, and they are saying throw it to second. They don't think he tagged up. They will throw it over there, and if that ends it, and it will, they're going to say he did not tag up. So no tag up, and that will end the ball game as Coach Robert Areola just disgustedly going to go back into the dugout, and that will end it. The Wildcats put 2 more across. We'll come back in a moment, wrap this one up, get you ready for In the Morning. Wildcat Baseball continues in a moment.
Introducing a smarter, easier way to manage your Lee County Electric account. It is called SmartHub. Now you can pay your bill anywhere, anytime, with 24-hour access to your account. It is free and simple to use. Just search for the SmartHub app on your cell phone or device and download the free app, or go to our website at lcecnet.com and look for the SmartHub logo to view your account or pay your bill online. Managing your Lee County Electric account conveniently and securely with SmartHub. Lee County Electric, owned by those we serve.
Attention shoppers, Bob's Thriftway welcomes you to Lovington, New Mexico. This week you'll save big on grocery items throughout their store. Save big on produce, household items, bread products, and meats. Every week, Bob's Thriftway has big savings for their customers. Bob's Thriftway is your local hometown grocery store. So for the freshest produce, the best meats, shop Bob's Thriftway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
And welcome back. This is your Wildcat postgame show here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel and HobbsAmerica.com, as the Valley Vikings proven why they're the number 3 team in the state. 4 home runs, 2 of the 2-run variety and 2 of the Grand Slam variety, give them the 18-3 victory over the Wildcats. Final line in this one for Lovington: they get 3 runs on 4 hits. They commit 2 errors. They leave 4 runners on base. For the Vikings, they wind up with 18 runs on 13 hits. They commit an error, and they only leave 3 runners out on the base paths. So the complete game win will go to Chris Lance, and Micah Pondo will take the loss for the Wildcats. Of course, next up for the Cats, it is do or die time tomorrow. Game number 2 of this best-of-3 series will be right back here at Valley High School and Roger Cordova Field. We'll be on the air a little bit before 10 tomorrow morning for that one. Must-win situation for the Wildcats right back here on the Lovington Sports YouTube channel. So the Cats come out fast, but in the end, just come up short against a tough Valley squad as they fall today 18-3. For Max Carranza, keeping an eye and ear on things back at One Radio Square, from our partner in crime, Don Morgan, I'm TJ Miracle saying so long from Albuquerque. This has been an exclusive presentation of New Walmart Digital and One Radio Square Sports, with rights purchased by New Walmart Digital from the New Mexico Activities Association. Today's game was brought to you by Western States Insurance, the Lee County Electric Cooperative, Bob's Thriftway, Lasco Construction, Eunice Pump and Supply, the Norley Hospital District, IPS Incorporated, and Areola Chiropractic. We'll see you tomorrow morning, everybody. Good night.